twins are absolutely outrageous. In the time it takes their adoptive mother to serve rice, the two pull off an incredibly acrobatic move, switching positions at the dining table in a stunning double reversal. This way, both of them can eat their fill while pretending to be one person. The reason they have to pretend to be one person is that the couple who adopted them only wanted one child. Just 2.5 days earlier, they were orphans living in an orphanage. After learning that a couple would be coming the next day to adopt a child and only one, the Scruffy brothers immediately cleaned themselves up. They decided to win over the couple by posing as a single person. While the other children were desperately trying to impress the visitors, the brothers stayed calm. They planned to leave a lasting impression on the couple right as they were leaving. Soon, the couple chose a child and planned to come back the next day to pick him up. Meanwhile, the brothers lay in wait on the roof, watching for the couple to walk out the door. As soon as the couple stepped outside, the younger brother quickly hooked the wife's hat with a fishing line and passed it to his older brother waiting by the window. But from the wife's perspective, what she saw was something entirely different. The older brother's elegant appearance instantly made the couple change their minds. The wife asked him to keep her hat safe for her and said she'd come back for it the next day. The couple then sat in their car discussing what they had seen. Although the wife was deeply captivated by the older brother's beauty, she still felt they shouldn't judge someone by appearance alone. She decided to observe his character a bit more. However, just as they were about to leave, it suddenly started raining. When the husband turned on the windshield wipers, they witnessed another unforgettable scene. What they didn't know was that it was just the younger brother creating artificial rain. The couple was completely moved and stopped hesitating. They decided right then and there to adopt this kind-hearted child. The next day, the older brother was brought to the couple's home. However, while the couple was setting up the room for him, the adoptive father suddenly became curious about a large box on the floor. Just as he was about to open it, the older brother quickly stopped him, insisting he could set up the room himself. After shooing the couple away, the older brother's expression immediately turned serious. Then he opened the box. Inside was his younger brother. The two brothers then began arranging the room at lightning speed. When the adoptive father knocked and walked right in, the younger brother quickly hid. Fortunately, the father had only come to call him for dinner. At the dinner table, the older brother brought up a random topic to hold their attention. Then he lifted both feet so his brother could crawl under the table unnoticed. The younger brother quickly crawled under the dining table while they were eating. This way, both brothers could have dinner at the same time. Soon, the couple had finished their meal, but there was still a plate of fried rice on the table that hadn't been touched at all. It turned out their adoptive mother had gotten so excited that she made too much food. Just as she was feeling bad about the waste, the older brother said he wasn't full yet and asked her to serve him another plate. The adoptive mother was deeply touched and hurried off with the plate to get him more rice. The brothers seized this chance to switch places. Watching the child devour his food, the couple couldn't believe what a big appetite he had. But when the younger brother complimented her cooking, the adoptive mother felt an overwhelming sense of happiness. After dinner, the adoptive father's shoulders were feeling a bit sore, so he called the older brother over to give him a massage. But the adoptive father had so many requests that the older brother couldn't keep up on his own, so both brothers ended up working on him together. The next day, after the brothers finished breakfast using the same routine, the adoptive parents sat on the couch discussing things they wanted to do with their child. The adoptive mother wanted to share a baked cherry pie with him. The adoptive father wanted to give him a piggyback ride and lift him up high. Little did they know, the older brother was secretly listening in and heard every word. The two brothers found a cookbook specifically to help fulfill their adoptive mother's wish. The older brother approached their adoptive mother and said he wanted to eat cherry pie. The adoptive mother was so happy that her expression became almost comically distorted. She then began teaching the older brother how to make cherry pie. At the same time, she quizzed him on the steps for making the pie. The older brother answered every question perfectly. Little did she know, the younger brother was hiding nearby and feeding him all all the answers. When it came time to fold the pie crust, the adoptive mother suddenly couldn't quite remember the steps. Just then, the doorbell rang and she went to answer it. The two brothers quickly worked together to fold the pie crust. When the adoptive mother returned and saw the perfectly folded crust, she was amazed. She was thrilled to have her wish fulfilled. However, while the two were happily enjoying afternoon tea, the younger brother noticed their adoptive father watching with envy from under the table. So the younger brother deliberately tried to place a bird's nest in a tree right in front of their adoptive father. The adoptive father knew his chance had come. He told the boy to climb onto his shoulders. But the adoptive father was getting on in years, and instead of lifting the younger brother up, he threw out his back. To fulfill their adoptive father's wish, the brothers came up with a plan. The next day, the younger brother brought the adoptive father out to try again. This time, however, the older brother had climbed up into the tree ahead of time. The younger brother then tossed the bird's nest up to his brother in the tree. The older brother lowered a rope from the tree for the younger brother to wrap around his waist. The younger brother said he was ready, and the adoptive father began trying to stand up. The older brother used the rope to pull his brother up. Finally, they succeeded. Just then, the adoptive father asked if he could take a look too. The younger brother wrapped his arms around the adoptive father and claimed he was afraid of heights. In reality, he just didn't want the adoptive father to discover his brother right in front of them. However, despite this couple being so kind and loving, the twin brothers were actually planning to burn them alive. But there was a reason behind such a vicious plan. 7 years ago, their biological mother was murdered in this town. That's why they went through all the trouble of disguising themselves as one person to get adopted by this couple. Their goal was to infiltrate this town and find their mother's killer. And this couple was their first suspects. So after their adoptive parents left the house, the two began investigating. Soon, the younger brother found something strange under the bed. Seeing the triangular cloth and string, he thought it was a kite. So the two of them tried to fly the kite inside the house. But they quickly gave up since there was no wind indoors to keep it airborne. Next, the two made their way to the study. Everything else seemed normal, but one photograph caught their attention as something odd. There was another photo hidden behind it. The man in the picture did look like a younger version of their adoptive father, but the woman looked nothing like their adoptive mother. So the brothers suspected she might be their adoptive father's mistress. Soon they made their way to the last room, which was the wife's walk-in closet. The perfume smell in the room was overwhelming. The older brother tried to open the curtains for some fresh air, but to his shock, behind the curtains was an entire wall covered with hair. The brothers assumed their adoptive mother had killed people and collected their hair. Thinking back to how she often stroked their hair and complimented how nice it looked, the brothers concluded that their adoptive mother was some kind of hair-obsessed psychopath. Just then, the family dog suddenly grabbed the younger brother's clothes and started dragging him toward the door. They could also hear the sound of a car pulling up downstairs. It turned out the dog was trying to warn them. The couple had come home. When the twins saw their adoptive parents return and head straight to the warehouse, they found it highly suspicious, so they decided to follow them. This only deepened the brothers' misunderstanding. They assumed the couple was using the welcome party as a cover to shave off their hair with that machine and add it to some kind of collection. They couldn't believe their adoptive parents had taken them in just to harvest their hair, so the brothers decided to fight back. Soon, the day of the welcome party arrived.